Sunday. That is the deadline, not next month, not next year. Friday. If you have money in the futures market, if you hold SLV, if you have an unallocated account with a bullion bank, you have exactly until the market closes this Friday to get out. If you don't, you're going to lose everything. I am not using that word lightly. Everything. We are talking about a total systemic 100% loss of capital for paper holders. The mathematical limit has been reached. The vault doors are scraping the bottom of the floor. There is nothing left. I have received verified cross-reference information that a failure to deliver is imminent. It is scheduled to hit the tape before the close of business this Friday. When that happens, they will declare force majeure. They will lock the doors. They will settle your contracts in cash at a price they determine, while the real price of silver goes to the moon. This is the warning the mainstream media will never give you. I am your host, and you are watching Analysis with AG. If you are new here, I exist to save you from the financial slaughter that is coming. Subscribe right now. Hit the bell. You need to understand why Friday is the day the music stops. Let's look at the hard math. Math doesn't lie. Bankers lie, but numbers do not. The exchange is a fractional reserve system. For every ounce of physical silver in the vault, they sell hundreds of paper contracts. It's musical chairs. But right now, the registered category, the silver actually available for delivery, has dropped to levels that are statistically impossible to maintain. My sources indicate the ratio of paper claims to physical ounces has crossed the 400-to-1 threshold this week. Think about that. 400 people believe they own the same ounce. If just 2 of them stand for delivery, the vault defaults. It's over. And people are standing for delivery. This week, we saw a surge in delivery demands, unlike anything in history. It wasn't retail, it was the whales. Sovereign wealth funds, industrial giants building missiles and solar panels. They looked at the paper price of $83. They looked at the physical price in Shanghai of $130. They did the math. It was the arbitrage opportunity of a lifetime. They realized buying contracts and demanding delivery was the cheapest way to get metal on the planet, so they pulled the trigger. Billions of dollars of delivery requests hit the exchange this week. And here's the secret. The exchange does not have the metal. I have reports from inside the logistics companies, the armored truck operators. They are saying the vaults are empty. No metal is moving in. The flow has stopped because there is nothing left to grab. So what happens on Friday? Do they admit defeat? Do they let the price go to $1,000? No. They change the rules. You need to understand force majeure. Buried deep in the user agreements of ETFs like SLV are emergency clauses. They state that in the event of extraordinary market conditions, they can suspend physical delivery and settle your contract in cash. Here's a nightmare scenario. Friday afternoon, trading halts. A press release declares force majeure due to logistical constraints. They forcibly close your position. What is the settlement price? Is it the $130 Shanghai price? No, it will be the last traded paper price. Maybe $83. Maybe lower if they smash it right before the halt. Real silver goes to $200 overnight because nobody can get it. But you get a check for $83. You are kicked out of the casino, paid back in worthless fiat currency, while the asset you thought you owned skyrockets out of reach. This is theft. This is the rug pull. And it is scheduled for Friday. Why Friday? Because they need the weekend. They need 48 hours of media silence to spin the story. If they did this on a Tuesday, panic would be immediate. On a Friday afternoon, they can bury the news. By Monday morning, the new reality is set in stone. How do I know this is happening now? Watch the EFP transactions exchange for physical. This is where traders swap a futures contract for a physical contract in London. In the last 48 hours, EFP volume has exploded. The big banks are desperately trying to move their obligations off the American exchange and over to London. They are fleeing the ship. When the market makers are running for the exits, you know the collapse is here. If you're holding SLV, you are the bag holder. SLV tracks paper, not physical. The custodian is JP Morgan. Do you think JP Morgan is going to give you their silver? No. The prospectus says they can substitute cash. It is a piece of paper that guarantees you nothing. Let's talk about weekend risk. Holding a paper position over this coming weekend is financial suicide. If the default is announced Friday evening, Saturday morning changes the world. Every dealer goes into maintenance mode, out of stock everywhere. Or the price resets instantly. Friday night silver is $80. Saturday morning it's $200. If you're sitting on cash waiting for a dip, you're playing Russian roulette with a fully loaded gun. Why is the system breaking now? Because the world has rejected the dollar. The BRICS nations are draining the vaults. China locked exports. Russia banned exports. Now buyers in the East are demanding delivery from the West. They are calling the bluff. The U.S. banking system would rather kill the exchange and declare force majeure than let the price explode and expose the dollar's weakness. You are the collateral damage. So, what do? You have less than 48 hours. Step 1. Liquidate all paper silver. SLV, futures, unallocated pools. Sell it. Take the cash. Do not hold these assets into the weekend. Step 2. Buy physical immediately. I don't care about the premium. You are not buying a price. You are buying insurance. You are buying insurance. You are buying access. An eagle at $120 today is a bargain compared to an eagle at $300 that you can't even buy on Saturday. Step 3. Secure your assets. If your metal is in a bank safety deposit box, get it out. If the bank doors lock, your wealth is locked with them. Be your own central bank. We're suffering from normalcy bias. We think because the market has always worked, it always will. That is what people thought the day before Lehman Brothers collapsed. The data is screaming. The lease rates, the backwardation, the vault drain, these are red flashing lights. After Friday, the rules change. We move from a derivative price to a scarcity price. If you wait until Friday afternoon to see if I'm right, the window will be closed. Stop playing the paper game. Start playing the physical game. I will be monitoring this situation minute by minute, but I cannot execute the trades for you. You have to pull the trigger. Get out of paper. Get into physical. Do it now before the blackout. This is John, Analysis with AG. The collapse is here. Stay safe. Stay stacked. And for God's sake, get out of paper.